Good morning, everyone. Good morning from a hotel room in Las Vegas. We decided to take a quick trip while our daughter is on Christmas break, and we headed to Las Vegas for a few days, which I know is kind of strange. People who know me think it's so weird that we love Las Vegas, but because we don't drink, we don't gamble really, we don't go to bars or anything, or clubs or anything like that. But Las Vegas, for those of you who didn't know, if you can get beyond the craziness, has some of the best restaurants in the world, some of the best shows in the world. They've got great pools and fun hotels, and there's kind of a lot to see with kids. So anyways, here we are in Las Vegas for a few days, but that's not why we're here. It is Healthy for the Holidays, day 26, I think. And I want to talk to you all about the coming new year. And a lot of people are setting resolutions and goals and whatever you want to call it. But a lot of people are taking the time at this time of year to reflect back on the year and to look forward into the next year. And I wanted to give you a couple of tips and tricks as to how to do that more effectively, because we all know the statistics on New Year's resolutions. The vast majority of people who make resolutions do not reach those resolutions. And in my view, it's because they're setting themselves up for failure to begin with. We're setting the resolutions all wrong before we even start. So I want to help you with a couple of tips and tricks into that. First, I'll just say, I think it's always really good to reflect on the year gone by, because we are humans who have a negative bias. That's not a character flaw. That's the way that our brains are designed. We have a bias towards negativity, which helped us from an evolutionary biology perspective. It helped us to stay alive. If we were always looking for the thing that could go wrong, that's the way that we survived as a species. So we have a bias towards negativity, and the way that that can get in our way, especially when we are looking to reach goals, is that the things that we haven't achieved yet become so prominent. And we're always looking for the next thing, or more, or bigger, or you see this in every area of your life, right? You get a raise, okay, but now it's more money. You buy a house, okay, but it's not big enough. You get this thing, and you're already moving on to the next thing. Now, that's it's an ingrained natural way of being, but we can condition ourselves out of that by intentionally pausing and taking the moments to be grateful and appreciative and count our blessings. I know all of that sounds a little bit like a platitude, but truly it helps to combat our negativity bias when we on purpose take time to be grateful and count our blessings and such things. So I think this is a perfect time of year to reflect back on all of the things that happened in the past year. And while I think it's useful for us to look at, okay, what were my goals that I didn't achieve, making sure that we spend a good amount of time looking at what was different, what went well, what were the good parts, what were the things that I want to embrace and appreciate and count as my blessings over the past year, okay? So I would do, however you do that, whether that be writing it down, journaling, just thinking about it, reflecting, all works here. The second piece, of course, is what do we want in the coming year? I think everybody should do New Year's resolutions and whatever you want to call them, intentions for the new year. I think, as with everything online in the social media space, the polarizing views are always really sexy, right? You'll hear people say New Year's resolutions are terrible, you should never set them. And then the polarizing view of that is New Year's resolutions are amazing, you should always do them, and here's how, right? That's what we do on social media, is we polarize one view or the other. But I'll just tell you why I think that setting intentions or resolutions are incredibly important for all of us. We have a tendency to, well, not just a tendency, again, we have a biological tendency to be the same, to do the same, think the same, act the same, be the same year over year. And if we do not intentionally knock ourselves off track or knock ourselves out of that position, that is the way we are wired, is to be the same, do the thing, think the same, say the same things. That's the way we are wired. That's the way it's efficient for the brain and the body and the cells to function, is within homeostasis, right? And so If we do not intentionally take the time to become someone different, we will be the same. That means all of your behaviors that are serving you or not serving you, all of the things you say or don't say, all of the ways you feel or don't feel, they will all stay the same unless you intentionally knock yourself off course. That's unless we do that on purpose. Yeah, Christine is saying we are wired like that. Yeah, you get that. So for this reason, I think, and I don't do sort of New Year's resolutions just at the new year. I think it's a fun celebratory time to make it something fun and exciting. I'll show you in the coming days what my family and I are going to do together. We do it, my daughter's 9, she does it with us, my husband does it. We make it fun, but I do it all throughout the year because I know that if I'm not intentionally directing my life in a direction that I want it to go, I will end up being the same. That's the way we're wired. So I think it's really good for everybody to look at setting a resolution or an intention or a goal or whatever you want to call it. Now, of course, I'll bring it back to our space. Many of you are looking at the new year as a way to recommit to your health goals, right? We've been talking a lot about what happens this time of year for people who are looking for a health and fitness goal and how the holidays end up knocking us off course and how difficult that can be for people. And so it's really natural that at the beginning of the year we start to go, okay, now's the time. I'm going to recommit, I'm going to do it differently this year. And that's great. The problem is that that's where most people stop. And here's the first mistake people make is that if you are setting your goal from a place where you are unhappy with yourself, in other words, I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I hate feeling this way. I don't like my body. I want it to feel different. I want to lose weight. I'm so frustrated with myself. If that is the place from which you set your goal, we call this the pain point. You are setting your goal from the pain point, which means that all of your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and actions follow that energy and vibration, which means you are setting yourself up to fail already. You're setting yourself up from the pain point, and therefore your thoughts, feelings, and actions need to be congruent with that energy and vibration, and you will inevitably, maybe not right away, but you will inevitably create thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and actions that are congruent with the pain point of I don't like myself. So you will have to think, feel, and behave congruent with that pain point. You might say, okay, well, I don't like where I am, Eliza, so how do I set that up from somewhere different? Well, the first thing you can do is think about what is it that you want to feel. If you were saying, I want to lose 30 pounds, why? What is on the other side of that weight loss? What do you feel? How does it feel good when you have lost that 30 pounds? Why do you want to lose it? For most of my clients, these are things like I will feel empowered, I will feel confident, I will feel calm, I want to feel peace, I want to feel ease around food, I want to feel freedom with food. Get connected to the feeling and the emotion that you want to feel on the other side of your goal. And that's what I want you to focus on. That's what I want you to write down. That's the vibration that I want you to carry into your goals for 2023. What do you want to feel? I want to feel empowered, I want to feel confident, I want to feel sexy, I want to feel peaceful in my food decisions. Those are the things that I want to feel. And you want to focus your goals on, okay, I am trying to create that feeling. So we start from that feeling. So first of all, we don't want to set our goals from the pain point, or we'll always end up back at that pain point, because that is where we are vibrationally attracting. That is where our energy is going. That is where we are flowing. We want to focus on how we want to feel. Okay. The second mistake that people make is that they don't go beyond their goal. They just say, I want to lose 30 pounds. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose 30 pounds. Okay, well, we need to take it about 3 layers deeper. So here's how we do that. Number 1, I want to lose 30 pounds. That needs to come from the feeling that you want, like I just talked about, not the pain point that you want to leave behind, the feeling that you want. Then we look at, who would I have to be in order to make that happen? This is a question that very few people ask themselves, and it makes all of the difference. Who do I have to be in order to make that happen? For most of my clients, this is, I need to be consistent, I need to be committed, I need to keep trying even when I don't want to. I need to make decisions even if I don't feel like it in the moment, whatever it is. Who do I need to be in order to make that goal happen? I need to be someone who consistently gets my workout in. I need to be someone who consistently goes to the gym. I need to be somebody who more often than not eats food that is, in alignment with my goals. I need to be someone who is consistently in a calorie deficit, whatever it is. Who do you need to be in order to accomplish your goal? The next level is, what is getting in the way of me being that person? Now, this is where it gets really practical, tactical. What are the things that are getting in the way? What are my behaviors like right now? What are my habits like right now? What are the things that I do right now that prevent me from being the person that I need to be in order to accomplish the goal that I want to accomplish? What is the goal I want? Who do I need to be in order to accomplish that goal? What is currently getting in the way of me being that person? Are you inconsistent? Do you snack? Do you eat out too much? Do you have too much sugar before bedtime? What are the behaviors that you actually do that keep you from being the person that you need to be in order to accomplish your goal? And then finally, what are you going to do to address that specific behavior? So if the thing that you do, snacking too much after dinner, keeps you from being the person that you want to be, which keeps you from accomplishing the goal that you want to accomplish, then what behavior, what goal, what are you going to do to address that piece of it, right? So we're narrowing it down to a really, really, really narrow view of what exactly do I need to do to accomplish my goal. And most people stop at the I want to lose 30 pounds, right? Or whatever your New Year's resolution is. They just stop there. Okay, I'm going to do that. Who do you need to be in order to accomplish that goal? What is getting in the way of you being that person? And then what are you going to do to address that thing so that you can accomplish your goal? That is the step-by-step process that I would take you through to look at how to actually achieve what you say you're going to achieve this year. I invite you all to do that process before the end of the year as you're looking into the new year. We will be doing that, and tomorrow I will tell you one other thing that we will be doing as a family before we head into the new year. It's a really fun exercise to do. So for today, your invitation is to look at what is the feeling that you will accomplish when you get your goal. Not what is the goal. What is it that you're trying to accomplish from an emotional standpoint, from a being standpoint? Then write what that goal is. Who do I have to be in order to accomplish that goal? What is getting in the way of me being that person? What am I going to do to address the thing that's getting in the way? All right, gang. Hopefully that was helpful for you today. If you're on Facebook, you're seeing this now. If you are on Mighty Network or on YouTube, you'll see this in a couple of days when I get back from Vegas, from our little getaway. Talk to you tomorrow.